Hello and welcome to our mini AG project. This is a video review of my craft of Josefina's bed for a mini doll. In this video I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I made Josefina's bed, and hopefully it will inspire you to make things for your mini dolls too. Let's start with the basic structure of the bed. The first thing that I did was to draw out a pattern for these pieces on her headboard and footboard, and also the actual headboard and footboard themselves. On my blog I will have a pattern available, the pattern that I used, or you can draw out your own. This bed was made from balsa wood because I didn't want to have to cut out these shapes from paperboard over and over again. So I thought if I make it out of balsa wood, I just have to cut it out 4 times, or actually 8 times, because some of these are 2 pieces glued together. But it was much easier than cutting out all those curlicues from paperboard over and over again and then stacking them together. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out with the balsa wood. So using the patterns provided or drawing your own, you can trace the legs and the headboard and footboard onto your balsa wood, and then you want to use an X-Acto knife to cut it out. And it does get rather tricky around the curlicues in here, but just take your time and go slowly and you should be able to get it done. Some of the balsa wood is a little thinner. It can be hard to find the thick pieces. I did have a thick piece left over for this headboard piece, but for the footboard it's actually 2 smaller pieces glued together. And once you sand it and paint it, it turns out just fine. So I actually traced 8 legs and glued them together. The body of the bed was made from 2 pieces of balsa wood, one on the outside and one on the inside, and in between is a large popsicle stick, or actually several cut in to fill in that length. The reason I did that was to make it a little stronger, and I wanted the balsa wood to be on the outside so that it would all look the same. For the inside supports, I just cut 4 triangles of balsa wood and fit them in the corners, and that is for this piece to rest on, which holds the mattress. So I constructed the box, and then from there you can glue the legs onto the sides and then fit the headboard and footboard in. For this piece I did add some jumbo popsicle sticks and some skinny sticks just to give it a little more stability. This balsa wood was rather thin and I just wanted it to be a little stronger to hold the mattress and the blanket and the doll, and also to hold up while my daughter plays with it. Once the basic structure is put together, let your glue dry, and then you can paint it with acrylic paint. This part I stained using watercolor. The 18-inch Josefina's bed was made where this piece was a lighter wood color, so I was trying to match that. And then I do like to add polyurethane over top of the coat of paint because I think it looks a little nicer and it holds up. Now this was done using glossy polyurethane. If I had it to do over again, I would probably use something that did not have a glossy finish, like a matte or a satin maybe, just because I think Josefina's bed probably wouldn't have been shiny. But it turned out okay. Now for her mattress, I made it a little thinner than some of the others because I didn't want it to stick up over the headboard too much. But if you're worried about that, another solution would be to make the supports, the triangles that hold up the bed support for the mattress. Just put them a little bit lower, and then the mattress can sit down lower on the bed. On the mattress, I did sew these little tufts on my sewing machine, and in my Addie video, I talk about how I do that, and also on the blog for the Addie video. For her pillow, it's a bolster pillow, and I'll have instructions on the blog as to how to make it. And that sits there. I wove her blanket using embroidery floss on a cardboard loom. And for the warp strings, I used this twine that I had. And I did weave a row of that twine at the top and the bottom, just to secure it. And it took a long time, but I think it came out really nicely. I decided to do my own pattern, kind of a rainbow pattern, because every time I tried to look at Josefina's blanket, I felt like each one I saw looked different, each picture, and so I just couldn't figure out what pattern I was supposed to make, so I just decided to make my own. Thank you for watching this video of Mini Josefina's Bed, and I hope that you are inspired to make things for your mini dolls.